Hey guys, Makai here. I wanted to start off by saying I apologize. Thought we'd have a little bit more warrior games from this day, but to be honest, it looks like after kind of going through the footage a little bit, I kind of delayed this upload a little bit just because a lot of the games were against mage, and the mage initially we were beating it quite a bit, and then it started falling off quite a bit. So I want to talk about Odyn Warrior and the decisions you can make with Odyn Warrior that can improve your matchup. And in either today's stream or in sometime this week, we're going to be putting this to the test. But Odyn Warrior is actually a relatively flexible deck, and you see occasionally in my chat some people suggesting like, oh, you can just run a bunch of one-offs, and you can. In fact, the deck can be teched pretty much to beat the most common matchups you face. Right now, this current deck is um, very strong versus aggro. It's been basically beating everything that counters mage, and so we're kind of acting as a tier 2 deck. And tomorrow we're gonna have a video called Tier Tuesday, something like that. Where we're gonna talk about these tiers a little bit more. But the way I see card games, I see it as tier 1 is like the best deck. Tier 2 is the deck that beats the best deck. Tier 3 is the decks that beat everything else, but the best deck. Um, this is actually, I guess, more like a tier 3 deck. Tier 3 decks, all these decks, I'd say you can get like infinite ranks with, right? Like it doesn't necessarily mean they're, they're all like solid climbing strategies. But maybe if Mage is like the tier 1 deck, maybe we're slightly weaker against Mage, but we're gonna farm everything that's trying to beat Mage, which is just as common as actually fighting Mage on ladder. So with that, we are currently tier 3 and a bit too hard. We're farming the crap out of anything aggro and losing pretty hard to mage and mid range. Even paladins become a bit more of a difficult matchup than it normally would. So what can we do about that? What are the options with a Odyn Warrior deck? Well, I'm going to go through all of them. So if you want to skip to the gameplay, the timestamps are below, but this should be relatively informative. If you're worried about your opponent going tall, you could run a Shield Slam. Shield Slam is generally considered one of the weaker cards in the deck, so I'm kind of against running it right now. But Shield Slam is an interesting option for when you are in those situations that require a lot of medium-sized to bigger minions that need to be taken care of directly. Specifically, we could consider running this for specifically an Organon. I don't think that's as much of an issue right now because the way an Organon kind of works is a lot of times something like this wouldn't really cut it. And we do have a pseudo execute in Garrosh's Gift. Sure, it costs 4, but 4 mana is probably playable considering they played an Organon on turn 4. So that's a consideration. There's no obvious decks right now that have a need for Shield Slam. But if you want to figure out where this is a good, what matchups this is good in, try running one of them. It's all right. Slam is also playable. Slam is great for when your control strategies are just really strong and your main objective is to draw through your deck and just play Odyn on curve. This is slightly better when Odyn is more of a relevant deck in general. I am actually a big fan of running 2 slams because of how many options it gives you when you are drawing fast. However, right now, Odyn's not super strong, so we don't have the luxury of adding that little bit extra draw in there right now. I could see it being playable in the future. Verse Rift is a must run. I'm running 2 Verse Rifts no matter what. Because if Odyn Warrior is strong right now, then that means gaining like 60 armor is going to be strong, and this is going to be one of our easiest ways of doing that. Bash, I consider Bash relatively unplayable unless there's a lot of aggro and you're losing to it, and the aggro starts with like the way like Overheal Priest will play a Crimson Clergy on 1 and then buff it and copy it on 2. Like if you can kill it before that happens, then Bash is like great, and that's when you want to run Bash. Outside of those situations, I'm gonna say like Bash is not a card you consider. Bladestorm is a card I'm going to put 2 in because Bladestorm is great on board strategies that, specifically it's good against Paladins because it can clear big boards with Amethyst on board, and it's pretty okay versus aggro as well. Bladestorm is actually a relatively flexible card, and it's improved with your Ally Advisor, which I believe I'm going to keep 2 of, so We'll talk about this. It's also good versus Insanity Warlocks. If you're seeing a bunch of Insanity Warlocks, you can run this. And it has a lot of like mid matchups as well. I was running one. I think running two is what I want to go be doing in the future. None of these cards are really playable in Odyn Warrior. Do need rock totems. You can cut this down to one in some situations. I'm considering doing that today. Specifically, if you get punished by having minions down early, the Needle Rock Totem is kind of frustrating. However, it is one of the stronger cards in the deck just to have those early game plays. Again, when you're playing Odyn Warrior, your best thing you can do is to consistently play minions on curve and play your ramp on curve and all those good things on curve before you start controlling your opponent, so that way you have such a nasty setup that they're kind of instantly behind. That's the best way to control somebody, is just be more proactive than them. Needle Rock Totem does that for us. May not be the best option for now, because we do, if it sets us behind by having a 0 and 2 on board, because the mage is going to get a coin from it, and mage is the most prevalent matchup, maybe that's not worth doing. Maybe we need somebody else that will clear the board, for example. So there's the consideration there. But I would say 90% of the time you can run 2 Needle Rock Totems and not worry about it too much. If you really need to fit an extra card in, maybe cut one. But I'd be very hesitant to do that because you need to have draw. Safety goggles. I'm running 2 safety goggles no matter what. It is extremely strong. If Sanitize is a strong card, then safety goggles is a strong card. If you're running stone skin armor, then safety goggles is a strong card. If you like having a lot of armor, then safety goggles is a good card. Yeah, it's really good if we with slam as well. So if we ran slam, then we would doubly run this. But it's fine as it is. Shield block. It draws a card and it gains you 5 armor. I'm keeping it in the deck pretty much no matter what. The main thing you want to do this deck more than anything else is draw cards whenever possible. When you have more cards, you have more options. If you need to go for a fast Odin, you can do that when you have more cards. You can't do that if you don't have more cards. Pretty simple. Stone skin armor. I practiced with a couple builds of running just one of these. It never feels worth it. I think stone skin armor is core. It's the draw you need that's consistently getting you where you want to be. Sometimes it's a little bit clunky, but I prefer that over all you can eat by quite a bit. Even though all you can eat is actually a reasonable choice in this deck, because it usually draws Marin. If you're running the mechs, then it'll either draw this or Ziliax. It'll draw your Quillbore. But then you do have to make some considerations, because we have 4 minions, like with Needle Rock Totem in the deck as well. Marin being a pirate, like it gets a little bit clunky. I'm not running it right now. I prefer to just draw quickly through my deck and cycle quickly, and that doesn't give me the cards I need to. But it is a consideration. I just don't think the current build relies on Marin that much. In my opinion, if you are running this, then Marin and pigs matter a lot, and so that's when you would put that in the deck. That's not the current build that I'm using right now, and I don't think that's the current. Aftershocks is really only good against aggro, but it's also particularly good against Paladin, because they have a lot of Divine Shield stuff to protect their boards, and this pops the Divine Shield and does damage afterwards. Those are good things. It does combo with Alloy Advisor. However, I don't think I really want to run more than one of these for a few different reasons. In fact, I'm heavily considering cutting this down to 0. Alloy Advisor is an extremely powerful anti-aggro card. Extremely powerful. You can also do combos with Aftershocks, with Blade Storms, especially with a pig as well. You use to protect the pig, and it's just going to gain you an absurd amount of armor. I think that this card, you don't have to run it, but it is kind of like a one-stop shop to clear all aggro decks. Craftsman's Hammer is only good against aggro decks and decks that play like a bunch of mid-rangey turns, where this little bit of extra armor is going to be helpful. It's also kind of good against the mirror matchup, because you have a consistent source of armor and attack. So if it comes to be, the games become a complete slugfest, then Craftsman's Hammer is pretty good. I'm going to remove it from here because we're kind of dominating in the mirrors we're in right now. The few that have come up, most of them are Highlander Warriors, which we are slightly favored versus, because we're more likely to kill them with Odin than they are to boom boss our entire deck away, and that's basically the 2 different win cons. They can beat us with Rat. I think in general, the Craftsman's Hammers isn't going to make a difference in that regard. And we're beating aggro so hard with the current list that, given that we have Aftershocks and Alloy Advisor is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. I just don't think we need it. it's an interesting card because it's good with Stone Skin Armor, and it's good with Sanitize. So it's just generally a good card, but I just don't think we need it right now. Brawl is great when you're playing against a bunch of mid-range. It's great against Big Shaman. It's against Big Spell Mage. It can be pretty good against aggro even. Just a 5-mana brawl is always kind of alright. It's just a little bit overkill, right? Like, it doesn't progress your gameplay in any meaningful way. It's just like, haha, you get brawled. And then sometimes brawl is just really, really insane on 5 mana. And yeah, right now those situations happen more than not because of the prevalence of mage and big shaman. So I'm running at least one of these. I've seen some people run 2 brawls, and I think that makes total sense. I'm heavily considering doing that. And you know, I'm just gonna put one in just for now. Let's just put it in for now. It does make a lot of sense. Ham, you have to run, and just let they get your ramp cards in here. Sanitize, I think 2 Sanitize makes the most sense. It's your best board clear. I think you should have 2 of them. If you're facing a lot of aggro, you would maybe run like 2 Aftershocks instead, and down to 1 Sanitize. If it's that fast of an aggro game where you never get Sanitized in anyway, I don't think that's going to happen in this current meta. I've seen some people run Boom Boss in their deck, and that's really if there's like a lot of mirror matchups, if there's a lot of things that need to be disrupted. Most of the strong decks right now cannot be disrupted, so we're not going to put it in there. Plus, Boom Boss is kind of reaching. If anything, maybe you put it in like an ETC, put it in there. Odyn Warrior is somewhat optional in your Odyn Warrior deck. Yeah, that's right. I said that, and it's true, and it's really funny. And in fact, a lot of people put it in their ETC as like a last-ditch effort, because the amount of games where you don't need Odin is pretty ridiculously high. So that may be something we consider doing later. Right now, I'm going to leave him in the deck. I think it's just fine. It always feels weird to do that, but most of your games you win without Odin. Games you do win with Odin. You don't always need to win with Odin, if that makes sense. And it's just kind of okay. We'll take the Odin in the deck, but it's actually not as key as you would think for a deck that's named after the card, right? We are running the Tourist mostly for New Heights and the 7-mana spell. Yeah, Ham doesn't really do anything for us. I mean, it's really entirely for these things. There have been people who have run Animal or Trail Mix in the past. Trail Mix is kind of an okay card. It's a little bit underrated in a deck like this because the power plays you can do. Well, frankly, sometimes getting a Ham out early is really broken against like Sonya Rogue and like heavily like combo oriented metas. If that ever happens, consider putting a Trail Mix in to ham out stuff early. Sometimes the same metas, you are better off going Trail Mix Marin. That may be the best way you control things. Sometimes you need to get your Odin out earlier. This is not a meta where this deck should be considered a control deck at all, so I'm just going to discard that. I think you should run both these cards. I think New Heights and Sleep in the Stars are very good. Sleep in the Stars, slightly less good, because there's a lot of situations where you can't really play it. But for the most part, it's free armor for Sanitize. It's nearly free draw, and it is an extremely flexible card that can kill your opponent because it gives you 15 armor or 21 armor with a pig, which Ziliax, I think, needs to be back in the deck. Ziliax is good when you need a lot of healing and you're taking a lot of damage, a lot of poke damage, we can say. Poke damage for a warrior is meaning you're taking 10 to 15 to 20 damage every turn. Ziliax heals you for 12. And it's always going to be this Ziliax. Sometimes it might be this in the future, but for the most part, Poppy Ziliax is used. Oh, this is the wrong one. Sorry. It's Ziliax. Poppy Ziliax. The reason for this is healing 12 is a lot better than healing 4, and you're playing this card to heal you. You have 2 minions. Specifically, it trades like 2 water elementals, which can be really good, and then heals you for a ton. I think cutting this in this deck directly contributed to me losing more games to Mage than I would like to. So I'm adding him back in. I think it is the play to run it right now if you're running into a lot of mages. It's kind of weaker in anything not named Mage, but I still don't want to run. I still do want to run it. So let's see here. Tidepool People is the other optional card. Tidepool People is good because it can put your Marin spells in there. It can put new heights in there if you really like ramping. It can put a verse script in there. It's actually a very flexible card. 1 mana was very playable. Nowadays it's slightly less playable. If you do play it, you probably want to run all you can eat and maybe cut Alloy Advisor. It's a thought. Some people run Zephyrs. I really don't like him, but you can run him for additional board clears or additional face damage. How the matchup's going, you'll know in the moment what you need to do with that. Missing any other big cards? Ignis is... I like running Ignis pretty much no matter what. You need a little bit more value in the deck to be able to win without Odyn, and I think Ignis is like the perfect answer to say like, oh, I just need a 1 mana win for you to win this game. The game would be easy. Or, oh, I just need, you know, a 10 mana weapon, and if I play a 10 mana weapon, I win the game. Those are both real statements that I've probably said before and probably will say again. So, yeah, big fan of this card. I think it's kind of a staple in Odyn Warrior. It's a little bit annoying if you face like a bunch of DKs because there's just a lot more reasons to not attack. But if you're forcing them to use their weapons to stop you from attacking, then that's also kind of good. I think that's a bit it. I know I talked a little bit fast. Oh yeah, and Marin I think is pretty staple in this deck. Again, he's the value generator you have when you want to win without Odyn, which happens more than I'd like it to. So yeah. So let's take some of my advice. I think cutting Neo Rock Totem is probably fine. I think just looking at the deck list right now, I think I'm going to cut Odyn and put him in the ETC. This is just my kind of final thoughts on what I'm going to do right now. And my current ranks, but the point of making this video in the way I have is that you can hopefully look and adjust this deck to your needs and understand the reason why we're running these cards in our deck, because that matters quite a bit, in my opinion. You know, if we want to beat everything, then we're probably going to want to play a different deck in general. But Odyn Warrior can beat a few things depending on how you build it. And at your particular rank, maybe the exact build you're going to see in the video coming up isn't working quite right. But I think this will work for me. So let's see. Okay. So the other thing I'm going to put in the ETC actually is I'm going to run a Viper. That's another consideration. Sorry. Viper is really good in this deck for one reason. It will remove Weapon Rogue's weapon. And Weapon Rogue has this funny thing it can do where it just hits you for like 15 damage every turn. And we have a finite amount of armor compared to their nearly infinite weapon. I'm not talking about Cutlass Rogue, even though Cutlass Rogue is kind of the same thing, but specifically the Aggro Weapon Rogue around right now. I'm going to run that. These are the main two cards I want to run. The other thing is going to be, I probably could cut this. And then one of these cards could probably be dead as well. Let's see. Well, I also put Hammond in ETC. I just want to find something. I don't think it is, but okay, yeah. That'd be a new tech. Oh, I do want to talk about one other card. Sorry. Asgaroth is actually interesting. I don't think he's great right now. He's interesting. He definitely he can do a lot against other classes that can't deal with like a board. So if the meta is like very board centric, then it's kind of nice to have this because it goes face and has board and contest board, and if it can't get removed, it gets kind of absurd. So yeah. So let's say, what would we put in here if we want to specifically beat a mage? Mage is not running orb, perhaps. Dirty Rat's also kind of playable in this deck, but I don't really want to put Dirty Rat in here right now. Could just be second Brawl. Playing ETC into Brawl is actually kind of nice, so I'm just gonna do that, and then we can go ahead and just put the totem back in for now. But totem is like, if there's a time to run just one totem, it'd be this time. Again, there's a lot of good reasons to run it, so we're gonna keep this list for now. I think Aziliax is gonna help a lot versus the mages because of the amount of swing turn healing you can do. So this is what I'm gonna run, but I hope me explaining, over explaining some of my insights and how I build my Odyn decks and how the decks I choose to bring to ladder. I hope sharing some of my insight helps you. And I hope you enjoyed the next video, which is a few more matchups with Odyn Warrior. And if you like these videos, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button. And if you like live streamed Hearthstone gameplay, then you can catch me on twitch.tv/MackayTime live every single day, 5 p.m. PST. Thanks.
Ragnaros versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer. Too soon. You have challenged me too soon, Shaman.
Roger usually plays aggressive Shaman deck. I don't know if that's...
Let me hear you make some noise! Prepare to take off.
God, I'm so in tune, dude. Thank you for... Yeah, I could run Viper, but I haven't needed. Or I guess. Yeah. So it feels bad to play. It's a little bit hard to play. How you feel about that white boy? That's it. Ban that random shatter. Ah. Big. Can't kill my totem now. Yeah, I can see Photon running it. That's I'm making Highlander Odyn Warrior. Like we all knew would come one day. Yeah, I really don't want to homie this. Holy cow. BVJ with the Prime sub, yo. I may not know how to say your name, but I get that. You have a hype train. How's the hype train? Yeah, you guys, it's a hype train in September. I've never made it to level 1 yet. You guys help me? I give you a quest. Any questers in chat, man?
Do you have this in a bigger size?
Any questers? Thank you for the 100 bits, man. Read the full name. Oh, yeah, you're right. He is a paying subscriber. Well, he pays Amazon, not me. Which then pays me. So thank you, for T. Pretty sure I got that right. I'm a bum on the internet, yeah, so I should get more than that, right? That works. I'm better than those bums on the street. I'm a bum on the internet. I'm important. Bro, I haven't changed my clothes in like a... I actually shower up. It's true. I was the bum on the street.
There is little time.
totem, bro.
You won't find finer magically aged cheese.
Bro.
Such choices.
I'm just not getting homemade, dude. It's not gonna happen.
Stylish and deadly.
Oh shit, order. Ah, fuck.
Embrace the gift of death as
I've gifted him value on accident.
now for you.
It's worth it. Never catch me getting homemade. I'll make the most hideous plays possible just to not get homemade. Yo, Adam 9 sub for tier 1, dude. A whole, oh my god. Is that a level 1 hype train? We're almost there, guys. One more sub and I get a level 1 hype train. That's insane. You don't change your clothes and you're a nasty bum. Dude, okay, I changed everything but my underwear. I don't have to change my underwear. He's a... else is clean. Thank you again for another 100 bits for the hype train. So close, man. We're edging it. We're absolutely edging it. One more minute of edging, guys. I wish I didn't sometimes. I'm just gonna do this, bro. This is fine. I don't want to brawl this. I don't know why I don't want to brawl this, but... Huh? God, if you gift one sub, I will literally feed my wife and family tomorrow. I know, that's rare. Only 100 bits away, dude. Oh my god. We're edging so hard. Pat, if you love animals, drop 100 bits right now. Yeah, are you against crime? Are you for crime, guys? If so, bits in the pail. I got a cup on the street here. I'm just out here begging, man. Yeah, you guys know how it is, man. It's tough out here. Beats. I'm pretty street. Another 100 bits. We stopped edging. Push it next level.
Such choices.
Oh my god. Hype train complete. Hold on, 2 gift subs. What? Need to play ladder. What else would I play? Like, real question, is there another game mode that's not? Battlegrounds has a ladder. Am I just too boomer to understand that? I'm not the only person who said that either. Casual ladder tonight? Maybe. Play shoots.
One dose solves
One dose.
any problem.
Oh, they tell you in there, right? 1 dose.
Embrace the gift of death as I
I
have.
think it's gonna be fucking annoying forever, dude. How could I be such a fool? I mean, he doesn't have that many cards left, right? I have 2 Garrosh to skip. What is cat? Yeah, true. Casual ladder. Technically, that's not a ladder. It does have a MMR. Is Twist mode? No, Twist has a. Oh, Guess it is that ladder though. You know, it does actually have ladder. Oh no, I take Twist seriously, man. Dude, this guy's an Order King. Holy shit, dude. By George is rank 47.
Impressed by my thunderous display.
Play.
Hear the call
Yeah.
of Shaman. Embrace the gift of death, as I have.
Was a mistake.
Hearthstone man. I don't think he kills me, does he? Ah, 12. That's only 12 damage.
Relaxation for all, and all thanks to me.
There's no twist right now. You can only twist for so long before you have to take a break. I thought. Oh my god, dude, I hope I win. There's no law against me winning here, right? Like, I'm just allowed to. Oh.
Witness the straits of the seas.
I'm gonna seize right now, dude.
Let me hear you make some noise.
Yeah, it's not Odin, sadly. Well, unlucky, man. There he is. I can technically play him. I think I want to, though. I really want that much armor? Kinda. That's okay. Dead. Our boy always lives. That's the crazy thing, is he just does. What?
There's always room for dessert.
Ooh. Like -1 brawl right there. Alright. 10-minute weapon ends it. Not smart enough to be a nerd. Tell yourself that. I
You
believe.
win this one.
Oh, cool. He's out of things. Yay. I was a nerd. Yeah, you're definitely a nerd, because I don't even know what that's from.
Ragnaros versus Malfurion.
Druid timeless lock-in.
Protect the wild. Your trees will burn to ash and cinder.
I mean, Wiki Mary. I don't like the way you said that. I don't like this at all, bro.
Now for you.
Job done.
What the fuck is this? I just want to play this. Song. I got you, bro.
Five more minutes.
Some people shouldn't be allowed to make music.
Relaxation for all, and all thanks to me.
Why? Can I request this? Yeah, just you. Only Homie can request a song
Turn
though.
down that racket.
He's the only one I trust. Trust you guys.
Smell the flowers.
Bring Me to Life, covered by Bev and Bob, huh? Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we have real music to listen to, it looks like. Very unfortunate.
Such choices. The Titan's flame shall never die! Time is short.
God, this is some real music, dude. Comments are turned off. Yeah.
Relaxation
I can't
for all,
imagine why,
and
bro.
all thanks to me.
Oh, yeah? How do you? I feel like this is just Homie's IRL friends, and he lives in some shithole in the Midwest, man. And this is like their Hollywood out there, man.
Time waits
I
for no
can't
one.
wake up.
Engaging TC-130 mental dislocator.
Amuse me with your tales of victory.
Hope I don't die. Seems pretty hard to die from here, but good thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, Tree military. So you probably been on the coast your whole life. Military is basically like Midwest all around the world, though. I mean, I'm definitely familiar with these types of people. The college I went to was like basically in the middle of nowhere. The best of the best, man.
Time waits
All right,
for no
Leroy
one.
Jenkins me. Wow, that's 17 damage.
I bring life and hope.
Really, really, really. Seems like it'd be a little bit tough to do, though. I mean, lethal.
Let me hear you make some noise!
I have some regrets. Lethal, though.
Let me hear you make some noise! Time is short.
Do you have
Can I
this
get
in
my
the
verse
biggest
rift?
size?
Easy.
Now for you!
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, that was pretty easy. Easy. I didn't want to have to deal with Ziliax. A lot easier just to win. Bag looks dope. Yeah, I only have some regret. It's kind of nice to have in like videos and stuff. And I don't think if I wasn't streaming it, I don't know if I'd buy it though.
Stop. This is a stick-up.
But it is cool to have.
Mortals!
I just don't know if I would pay for it. Oh my god, am I gonna get murfed? I get murfed, bro. We just became an adult.
Greetings. Need me to lighten your pockets?
World of Wildcraft. Also, LOA advisors basically what should we call it? My lord. Stop. Eat needle deck totem. It's basically a Viper, man. Bring me to life. I mean, my thumbnail is really like with the new rack skin, like my latest video, or is it? It's not very good, but I'm working on my thumbnail game. It's right here. Just want to check out the new video. If you want to learn Big Shaman, which you probably should be doing, I don't really recommend Odyn, but I definitely recommend Big Shaman right now. Definitely recommend playing Big Shaman right now if you guys want to win games and climb fast.
Do you have this in the biggest size? Job done.
Set it down and I'll sign it up.
I really don't like the idea to take a
Stylish
I'm
and
just gonna
This realm will
burn on it. I like rock music. You know what I don't like, and I haven't liked for a long time, is growing up as primarily a metalhead. Is something about the metal community, like really, and it's all of rock to a certain extent, more than any other genre. Even though there's a lot of people who go on about real hip hop this and real hip hop that, but with metal specifically, it was always the word. this hardcore gatekeeping like metal to the point where like every different like fucking instrument at this point is its own little category. There's like 15 different types of metals, and if you say like this is metalcore and this is progressive, then you're wrong. Then you fucking execute on the spot. I think that's probably the lamest, most loser behavior I've ever fucking seen in my life, man, and it's very fucking prevalent. I like tech metal. I like tech W, dude. Same thing. Oh, Hammer's actually kind of good in this matchup. Aaron's really good in this matchup, though. Hard Rock. Yeah, that's respectable. Like, I really like the music. It's just like the communities are fucking so inseparable, man. Like, it's just such a weird obsession with categorizing music. Alright, how much does he have to do to me? Oh, I can just do this. Alright, probably doesn't kill me from full.
And all thanks to me.
Because the man is about to die from full. Yeah, we have Chevelle on the community playlist for quite a bit. I'm trying to listen to music a little bit less on stream, because it makes making videos off the stream a little bit harder. Not because the songs get in the music or anything, but I like singing along too much. Lethal.
Let me hear you make some noise! Amuse me with your tales of victory.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
Now for you!
Lethal. Who needs a Viper anyway, bro?
Ragnaros!
Because they really don't get it before turn 5 that often, especially now that people run the Orbers.
No tales. Bow before
Doesn't feel like
me,
it, but
mortal.
that is the case. Weapons an okay keep here. Yeah. Auto lose to armor up. No. It definitely does not lose to armor up. Because that's the thing though, is that the deck, it's like the deck we played against earlier that had like infinite oh, I want to use that. It's actually still kinda
Do
good.
you have this in a bigger
just-
size?
It's really good into decks that rely on healing, because it has basically like hundreds of damage that it can do, right? So if your deck relies on healing, you're gonna have like a really hard time beating it. Yeah, it's like 80-20 to 70-30 at best, because sometimes you can out armor them enough to like burn them out, and if they like draw like really terribly as well. But there's like some situations where okay. Also, there's a lot of situations where if you play the Ziliax, or the Ziliax can hard carry, or the Ally Advisor hard carries, and at that point it kind of becomes a skill matchup, because you should be able to beat that, but people are gamers. I don't just want to play this, but
What is the
I think I want to roll this as well. Like, I don't know. I'm probably gonna brawl soon, so I should just do this now. I guess I could full clear. Is that a waste?
such choice?
I mean, it kind of is. Either way, I just keep drawing cards and play like a Razorfin Rockstar, which is always kind of good. I guess if I do that next turn, it's kind of better. I don't have my weapon. Well, no, I can't do all that. So what I can do is I can do this plus this, and then this on 4, then this and some armor on the next turn and win, or I can brawl the next turn. Yeah. Sounds good enough to me, man.
Now for you.
Job's done.
Oh, so Jay Alexander made a post, or was putting on a filter for anyone who has the rag skin, and somehow the game where I was in his game got to the front page of Reddit when the person was like laughing at it, like make a post about it. I'll show you the thing.
Now for you.
This is me, by the way. He screwed out my name, but I remember this game, and it's my rank, my deck, and I literally remember these cards being on the board and everything. Restoration. Class here. Your powers class here. Pay pig. And then the fucking soy faces at Ragnaros, dude. I got mega owned. Mega owned, dude. It's so fucking funny, dude. Why is it always me, bro?
Now for you.
Job's done.
Prepare to take off.
Well, then someone pointed out in my chat that he has like the $50 rogue skins. Like, what do you mean? The real best rogue player is the rogue player we know. Alright, so I can literally just do this. Like this. Not that. I'm getting a bunch of armor because it is kind of annoying. Like, I could do this, and it's like a little bit more aggressive and stuff, but like, I guess if I'm never gonna die, then I should just probably do the thing. Okay, yeah, and then I ramp, and then next turn I have 8 mana.
Now for you. Now for you.
I'm gonna play around this thing. I have to play around something. 'Cause I probably have to brawl this, actually. Oh, it's definitely a little bit overpriced, but that's kind of the point, right?
Relax your mind.
Action. Pact. Perfection.
Okay, if anything but Zilly wins, we're probably fine. Because if Zilly wins, it's kind of bad. Future location. I can just do this. It's not like I'm gonna die. I think it's before. I just gained like 70 armor or whatever.
Risks are always worth taking.
I mean, most of his strong cards are gone, so we'll just.
Let me hear you make some noise. Now for you.
Next to you. I mean, it's a little bit frustrating about how it's really not. They could have made it better. The board should be interactive. We shouldn't have lost like other features like having a seasonal board or something like this. I think some people feel like they're losing out on the other the other like normal boards because they're making these instead, and I think they kind of are. Like I don't think that's a wrong opinion to have necessarily.
I yield for now.
I did not understand why I would use Rift there. Clear. The only real reason is because I could. Or you mean at the end there? Because I gain extra armor. Yeah, are you wondering if I'm gonna have to save the extra armor to kill the DH? He runs out of damage. He's an aggro deck. You only ever play Odyn, and like I think I've won with Odyn like twice all night, and I played 65 games this day. So yeah, Odin's kind of just like there sometimes. Like sometimes he's nice. Like inevitability. He's there for like Reno Druid matchups and stuff like that, you know, where we want to kill him fast. But we're not really a fast combo deck, and Odyn Warrior is as much of a control deck as possibly get right now. Especially since you have so much armor gain that whenever you do have to kill someone with Odyn, you can kind of just do that whenever. Fine. Like the mage matchup was fucking annoying, man.
Ragnaros versus Thrall.
Holy shit, it's pizza. Eat to him all night.
You have challenged me too
Well,
soon,
in streaming, I
Shaman.
guess. Eat to him like right when he started his stream. I think. Oh yeah, he doesn't like this matchup at all. He conceded last time, so he didn't have to deal with it. It's really annoying. It's winnable though. I mean, you're not with this hand, but in general, it's winnable. Nice. Be helpful. I really don't want a coin weapon, but I also don't want to take like 1 billion damage. Am I just gonna Blade Storm this? Seems like really weak. I mean, Blade Storm's not that great in this matchup when I have 2 brawls and the Sanitize in my hand. I kind of just have to make sure those cards do things, and maybe one way of doing that is just to have a board. What does he play this turn? I mean, obviously Hagatha is an option. If he goes Hagatha, I can just play. I play Razor Pen. He has to kind of ignore this. If he goes like AoE into ping this, then he's not setting up location good as well. Like there, fine. Tempo 1-3. Kind of just a bait. Like the armor is nice sometimes, but making him deal with it is kind of more nice. They're going all right, Nim. I don't know, man. I really like the 07 Druid skin. I like all the Hazelbark skins quite a bit, to be honest. I think they're so funny, man.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
I really don't think it's worth the armor.
Now for you.
Why not be 40 H or 50 HP, man? Years ago, they've got hella bonus already. Why? That sounds awful, dude. I don't buy any cards, man. You get cards for free so quickly, there's no reason to spend a bunch of money. I mean, you do you. I buy cosmetics every now and then. I bought this for content.
Winds of the south,
I'll tell
come
myself.
to my aid.
All weepy.
Relaxation for all, and all thanks to me.
Let's see if this is lethal again. I think you would just have to hit Odyn, Pig, and Sleep. Probably. There's Hamathan.
Take a load off.
You can weave, but yeah, I want to do this. Gives me the option to clear board with it. I'm not stressed about it though. Yeah, but the free-to-play cards wouldn't got me to putt already. They should. I guarantee you. In fact, I have multiple accounts where I've hit like basically. If I would have played for most of the month, it would have gotten me legend like without anything. Like you get multiple decks right away when you start playing, and if you do the apprentice ranks, which if you're new to the game you really should, then you get like way more even. Holy taunt, dude. Well, there's Odyn.
I have too many cards.
Forgot about Rin. I just forgot that was there. Thanks. Oh. Any elementals in the deck?
Time is short.
Hologram's interesting. Bam.
Firmly grasp it.
Goes in the board. Oh, it's convenient. Yeah, the issue is I picked Therazine and he just like kills it and I die.
Toys in trouble.
You win this one.
Buy pizza. I hate it when that shit happens, bro. Like you don't never do a Highlander and then you do, but it's like on.